Have you finished your write-up? Shall we go ahead? And we'll take problems of bars in parallel. New section we are studying today, that is bars in parallel. Bars in parallel. Okay. So I hope you have finished write-up. I will close this. We'll go to the bars in parallel. So what happens in when we have bars in parallel? There are maybe three different types of problem. One, write down bars in parallel. Okay, bars in parallel. So what is there? There will be like a, maybe I will use straight line. So there will be some kind of section. Just now we have seen. Okay, they may be of different length. Okay, maybe. So there will be a rigid part connected with different bars. Maybe one bar is of different height, another bar is of different height, and some P load is applied with that. This is one case. Then, but what is here? What is happening there? There is a no chance of tilting of this section, and then there is another. You can say there is a one bar connected here, and then another bar connected here. So this, and somewhere load you are applying P here. Okay, this is one case. And third case, so there will not be more than these cases. Okay, third case is what? Maybe one rod is connected here, another rod is connected here. They may be of same length or they may be of different length. They are connected to a rigid rod and there is a hinge connected here, and if I am applying the P. So these are the three types of problem which will come in bars in parallel. So you can imagine there are bars in the parallel in all the cases. So we'll see one by one problem from each of the section. Any doubt about this? So if you see there are confusions, so I will tell you what are the confusions and how to come out of these confusions. When you will refer different books, they will make you a lot of confusion. So please write down properly when I am teaching. So let's go to the bars in parallel. The first type of problem we'll take, that is called as bars in parallel. Bars in parallel, connected by rigid rod. Connected by rigid rod. Okay, so as I told you, this is the rigid rod, and then this may be one bar, this may be another bar. Okay, and then I'm applying some P load. Okay, so as we told, as we have seen in bars in series part, similarly here also in bars in parallel also there are two conditions. One condition is called as a force condition and second condition is called as a displacement condition. So let us write first condition, that is force condition. So force condition, just now we have seen composite bar, in that what condition was used, same condition we will use, 1 and let us call maybe 2. So you will have P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus dash 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 is equal to P. Do you remember, if you have notebook, so in yesterday's case what was the condition? Do you remember? When bars are in series, summation of F equal to 0. Here also that is applied, but it is in a different form we are writing. And what is displacement condition? Displacement condition is like del L1 del L1 is equal to del L2 is equal to del L3 is equal to dash 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 del Ln. So you can say here plus Pn. Okay, so likewise you can have the displacement condition. You can have the displacement condition, and you can solve the problem. Is it clear? So what are the force condition and what are the displacement condition? Of course you have to remember the previous case. What is that? What is meant by previous case? That is the fundamental equation, that is sigma is equal to E epsilon on all these equations. So that you should not forget. So that are required. Along with this, what is that? Hooke's law is required. Sigma is equal to E epsilon. Sigma is equal to what is that? F by A, and then epsilon is equal to del L by L, and combination of that will give me del L is equal to what? PL by A. All these equations are applicable. All these equations are all these equations are applicable. They will not change at all. Okay, any doubt about this? So if you see, you can write this condition and note down these equations, and then we'll take one example. When you finish, you tell me, we'll take example. Today we have 1 hour lecture, so we'll have to take some examples of this type. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll take one example which was asked in the question paper, and then maybe some other examples from different question papers. So let us take one example. Okay, write down a steel rod of cross-sectional areas, cross-sectional area of 1500 mm square, 1500 mm square, and two brass rods, each of cross-sectional area 1000 mm square, together support a load of 110 kilonewton, as shown in figure below, Find, question is, find stresses in the rods, take modulus of rigidity of steel and brass as 200 GPa and 100 GPa respectively. Okay, are you clear with the problem? A steel rod of cross-sectional area of 1500 mm square and two brass rods each of cross-sectional area 1000 mm square together support a load of 110 kilonewton as shown in figure below. Find stresses in the rod, full stop, take modulus of rigidity of steel and brass as 100 GPa, sorry, 200 GPa and 100 GPa. So let me draw how they are organized. How they are organized is like this. This is a load of 110 kilonewton applied on brass rods. The outer ones are brass rods. And the inner one is a steel rod. Inner one is a steel rod. So this is steel rod and these two are brass rods. Okay. And then hello, are you all there? I was only out of the room. Okay, let me share again. Let's go to that news. Okay. So I hope you have written problem diagram. Have you drawn? Whether that time things were working? Can you give feedback? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Over.
Okay, diagram is over. Now let's us write parameters. P, total load applied on the rods are 1110 kilonewton, that you can convert it into Newton. Now you can see there are three rods, two brass rod and one steel rod. But what is there? Brass rod are of same length. So what is the good part in the brass rod? We can add the areas of brass rod together and treat them as a one only. So you can write ABR will be how much? 1000 mm square plus 1000 mm square, because there are two brass rods. Okay, and this comes out to be 2000 mm square. And steel rod area will be AST will write, it will be how much? 1500 mm square. 1500 mm square. Now let us go back and recall what equations we had for the bars in parallel of this case. So what is that? Force equation is nothing but addition of forces, whereas displacements are equal. Okay, let us do that. So first we will write force equation. That means we will say force in steel rod is plus force in brass rod is equal to total force. How much is total force? 110 into 10 raised to 3. This we will have equation 1. So how many unknowns are there? First P forces has to be calculated and then divided by cross sectional area will give us stresses in this. Okay. Now what I will do is, you can you write parallelly so that I don't have space, or maybe I will have to reduce the size. Okay. So once you have first equation, what is second equation? Change in length in steel is equal to change in length in brass. Change in length in steel is equal to change in length in brass. So then further we can take this equation. Further we can take this equation, and what will be the change in length in steel? How we can write? PST, PL by AE we'll have to write. LST divided by AST into EST is equal to, what is next? PBR into L, length of brass rod, divided by cross sectional area of brass rod into Young's modulus of brass rod. Okay, so now you can substitute. We have treated the these two rods as a combined, so total force will come here divided by total area. Okay, now let us put all the lengths etc values. We don't know forces, so PST is equal to, so I will send all other terms here. So what will happen? LB, that is brass length, divided by LEST. Then what we will have? AST divided by AB brass and then what is there? E steel divided by E brass into PBR okay, and then maybe I will use this space here. You can substitute all these values. PST is equal to length of the brass. How much is length of brass rod? Can you check and tell me? 100 mm. Divide. Why I have taken this separately? Because once you take this as a ratio, what is good idea here? You don't have to convert them into one unit. Only what we have to ensure is they should be in both. Area should be, if it is in meter square should be there. This is in GPA, then GPA. You don't have to keep on converting. So length of the brass rod is 100 and length of the steel rod is 70 multiplied by area. And area of steel rod, how much is the area of steel rod? 1500. Whereas combined area of brass rod is 2000, because we are treating them as a combined, and multiplied by area of steel, sorry, Young's modulus of steel. How much is given Young's modulus of steel? 200 GPa. Here usually we have to convert it in unit change has to be done, but here we don't have to do unit change. We can save time, because GPa divided by GPa you can cancel. 200 GPa divided by brass is 100 GPa multiplied by PBR. Can you tell me the relation by doing calculation? PST is equal to how much into PBR? This will be our second equation. कितना आ जाता है आप लोग करो, मैं भी
2.143.
2.140.
143.
143. Okay. Any other answer? All of you got the same? Please start using calculator etc. खराब हो जाएगा अगर उसको यूज ना करे तो. So then what you'll have to do is, any other answer? If it is same, we will continue.
No, sir.
Same. Now you have to same है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you can substitute PST here. We have to substitute this equation 2 in equation 1. Equation 2 into equation 1. If you do that, what you will get is, you will get here, if you substitute, what you get is PST you have to put, that is 2.143 BR plus, sorry, PBR plus PBR is equal to 110 into 10 raised to 3. Or now if you want to get answer in kilonewton itself, you can get it kilonewton. While dividing, you can do it different way, or keep it. Maybe we will keep it in kilonewton only. Okay. So maybe I will remove this 10 raised to 10. Okay. So now what you will get, can you do this? It will become 3.143, which will come down here. So, and you will get some answer. So if you add
34998.4.
PBR will become 110 divided by 3.143 is equal to how much? Can you repeat, please?
34,998.
34.9. 98 kilonewton. Okay, so this is one value, right? Now you can substitute in this equation PBR, that is 100 minus, so how will you get PST? PST plus PBR we know, and that's why PST will be how much? 100 minus PBR is equal to 100 minus 34.98. 34.98. How much it comes? PST
65.02.
65.02 kilonewton. 65.02 kilonewton. So did you get whether, what is the question? Whether they have asked the force taken by each rod, or what is the question? Find the stresses. How to find out stresses from the forces? Can you tell me the formula? कैसे निकालेंगे स्ट्रेस? हाँ? Talk
ते
slowly.
110 है ना, 100 नहीं है. 110 है, 100 नहीं है ना ते.
110 है.
आहे तिथं
I have done mistake. Okay, sorry.
75 येते मग.
75.02.
Good. 110 should be there. Here 110 should be there. And this should be corrected. Thank you. I'm very happy. You guys are very sincere. 75 point.
02.
75.02 kilometer. Okay, good. So now we have forces. How to convert them into stresses? Sigma BR has to be converted. What will be sigma BR? PBR divided by ABR. Okay. Now we are combined together. That's why area also should be combined. Okay. So force was combined. 34.98 into 10 raised to 3 will be Newton. Divided by area will be how much? 1000 plus 1000, that is 2000. So this will be stress taken by each rod. So how much it comes?
17.49.
17.49. What will be unit? Newton per mm square. Newton per mm square. This side we will do for the sigma stress in steel. How much will be that? Force divided by force in steel divided by cross sectional area of steel. So how much is that? 75.02 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 1500 mm square. So that comes out to be 70.02 into 1000 divided by 1500. So how much it comes? 50.01.
50.01.
50.01 into, sorry, Newton per mm square. So if component has to fail, which one will fail? That we cannot answer because each will have different strength. Is it clear? So maybe I will have to reduce if you have not written together. So all these things. So have you?
Yes, sir.
Have you completed write-up simultaneously? So if you have not, then you can.
No, sir.
Okay, take your time, write down. It is good. I will get some rest. Write down fast.
सर
हाँ बोलो.
सर ये जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट वाला इक्वेशन करी ना, इसको एक्सप्लेन करो एक बार फिर से.
ये वाला?
यस, इसके नीचे.
ये?
यस सर.
ये हमने कल डिराइव किया था ना, डिस्प्लेसमेंट कैसे निकाला था आप भूल गए. मैं रिपीट करता हूँ कैसे आया था.
नो सर, ये फॉर्मूला हो गया. उसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट करा ना डिवाइड में, वो
ये वाला. तो ये PST यहाँ पे रखा, LB था यहाँ पे, है ना, LBR डिवाइडेड बाय ये नीचे आ जाएगा LST इधर जाके. फिर ये ST ऊपर जाएगा और ये ABR वैसे ही रहेगा. EST ऊपर जाएगा और EBR वैसे रहेगा. समझ में? मैं कलर में दिखाता हूँ दूसरे कौन किधर जा रहा है.
थैंक यू सर.
हाँ, ये देखो, ये AST इधर जा रहा है, EST इधर जा रहा है और LST नीचे आ रहा है. वो रीअरेंज किया मैंने. कोई याद नहीं रखना है, बहुत कम चीजें याद रखनी है मेरे लेक्चर में, बहुत सारी चीजें समझनी है. याद रख के आपको सिर्फ ज्यादा से ज्यादा कितने MCQ के कुछ 5-6 मार्क मिलेंगे और थ्योरी आया तो आया 10-15 मार्क पकड़ो. MCQ के 5 और थ्योरी के लेटेस्ट से मैक्सिमम 15, उसमें से आपको 12 ही मिलेंगे. 12 5 17. You will have to at least understand one example to pass in my exam. But you guys are intelligent. You are not worried about passing. You are more worried about learning. Okay. So done. लिखना हो गया तो बताओ. हम लोग और एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं.
Yes sir.
Okay. So let me search in the question paper. Otherwise, let me devise. Okay. Let us erase this. Reload. इसमें कुछ ज्यादा वैरायटी नहीं होता है, उसी तरह होता है, सेम सेम सेम। क्या आएगा? Let me check in the book, or maybe I will have to. Okay, we'll take one example. Let us refer book if they have asked something else. Okay, write down two copper rods and one steel rod, two copper rods and one steel rod together supports load of
सर
ah,
सर रिपीट करोगे?
two copper rods, TW, two copper rods and one steel rod together supports 250 kilonewton load, 250 kilonewton load. Find the stresses in each rod. अभी जैसे लिया था वैसे ही प्रॉब्लम है. Find the stresses in each rod. Find the stresses in each rod. Take Young's modulus of steel. Young's modulus of steel as 200 GPa, 200 GPa and Young's modulus of copper as 80 GPa, as 80 GPa. Okay, so let me see if I can copy this. Okay, maybe I will draw this. So this is a rigid bar which takes how much load? 250 kilonewton load, and then there are two outer are copper rods, and then there is a steel rod, something like this, steel rod. You can mark as a copper and steel, copper and steel. And then area of copper rod is, each rod has 10 cm square area, 10 cm square area, 10 cm square area. And this will have, steel has got 16 cm square area, and then lengths are given something like this. 14 centimeter is this length, 14 centimeter is this length, and then this one is 7 centimeter, this one is 7 centimeter. Please draw properly, as I'm not used to this plate. I'm not able to draw straight, but you should draw it correctly, neatly. Okay. So can you tell me the length of copper rod? It is 14 centimeter, whereas length of steel rod is 21 centimeter. It's a very simple problem. The way we have solved just now, you can try. If you have understood, you can try. Otherwise, focus on this once again. We'll solve, and then I will give you, we will have maybe 5-10 minutes. You can continue after my lecture solving. I will give one more problem. Okay, so how do we do? We have to apply force condition. What is force condition? We will consider this these two copper rods together. So we will have first area of steel as a 16 centimeter square. That is nothing but how much? 1600 mm square, right? And then area of copper will be how much? 10 centimeter square plus 10 centimeter square is equal to 20 cm square, is equal to how much? 20 100, that is 2000 mm square, 2000 mm square. Now first equation of force. So instead of 3 rod, we are considering 2 because copper rods are of same length. So we will have, what we will have? PC, that is force taken by copper rod, plus PS, force taken by steel, is equal to total force. And how much is total force? 250 kilonewton. How much is total force? 250 kilonewton. Now what is second condition? Can you tell me? डिस्प्लेसमेंट कंडीशन क्या होता है? याद है क्या? बिना देखे आप बता सकते हैं?
del L of steel equals to del F
of equal to del L of copper. Okay, so पहले क्या लेंगे? Let's say copper से शुरू किया है, copper लेते हैं. del L of copper is equal to del L of steel, यानी change in length in copper. तो कुछ बुक में आपको क्या मिलेगा? यहाँ पे मैं बता रहा था कंफ्यूजन क्या था, क्या होता है. कुछ बुक में आपको क्या मिलेगा? एप्सिलॉन सी इज इक्वल टू एप्सिलॉन यस मिलेगा. ये स्ट्रेन सेम कब होगा? जब ये दोनों का लेंथ सेम होगा. जब ये लेंथ सेम नहीं होगा तब ये स्ट्रेन कभी सेम नहीं होगा. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, ये दोनों का स्ट्रेन सेम नहीं होगा. कब नहीं होगा? जब उसमें जो उसका लेंथ जो है वो सेम नहीं होगा. मैं आपको दिखा सकता हूँ. जब अभी इसको अगर हमने डिवाइड किया, del C ऑफ डिवाइडेड बाय LC इज इक्वल टू, ये इक्वल आएगा क्या? इवन दो लेंथ, मगर चेंज इन लेंथ, यानी चेंज इन लेंथ कैसे सेम रहेगा? ये जो रिजिड रॉड है वो नीचे जाएगा अगर इनका लेंथ भी सेम नहीं है, मगर चेंज इन लेंथ दोनों का सेम रहेगा. ये याद रखो. ये कंडीशन कब वैलिड होगा स्ट्रेन सेम रहने का? जब दोनों का लेंथ सेम रहेगा. मगर जब दोनों का लेंथ सेम नहीं है तो स्ट्रेंथ सेम नहीं रहेगा. समझ में आया? आपको समझ में आया क्या? मगर ये कंडीशन हमेशा लेंथ सेम रहने दो या लेंथ डिफरेंट रहने दो. So now we will put the relation. What is del L? Can you tell me? PL by A. Del L is nothing but PL by A. Let us put this PL by A the way we did earlier. So it will be PC, LC, AC, EC is equal to PS, LS, AS, ES. Okay. And now we have to calculate PC in terms of PS. So how do we do that? So you can take all other terms to other side. Okay, so what will happen then? PC will be equal to, क्या हो जाएगा? ये LC नीचे आएगा, LS डिवाइडेड बाय LC. ठीक है. हाँ, तो ये C ऊपर जाएगा, इधर ये AC आएगा डिवाइडेड बाय AS. EC ऊपर जाएगा, क्या जाएगा? EC डिवाइडेड बाय ES मल्टीप्लाइड बाय क्या हो जाएगा? PS मल्टीप्लाइड बाय क्या हो जाएगा? PS. अभी let us substitute all these values here. We will substitute all these values here. So what will happen? If you substitute all these values here, then you can maybe get something. Okay. So what is LS? LS कितना है? कॉपर रॉड का लेंथ कितना है? 14 सेंटीमीटर. यानी you either keep it in 14 centimeter or convert it in mm, doesn't matter, cm will get cancelled. And then L is steel
L
का
is 210.
10 divided by 140. Okay, you have to be very careful. ये area of copper कितना है हमारा 2000, area of copper is 2000 divided by area of steel कितना है 1600.
1600.
And then yeah, how much is Young's modulus of copper? I said 80 or 90. Young's modulus of copper
80.
okay 80 GPa divided by steel ka I have told as a 200 GPa 200 GPa multiplied by PS. So you do the multiplication and tell me PC and PS relation कितना आ जाता है
0.75.
0.75. अरे वाह, nice आ गया. So it is PC is equal to 0.75 PS आया. Then what you have to do? This is our second equation, and this is our first equation. This is our first equation. So let me erase this part. ये अच्छा है, इसमें dust नहीं आता है ना किसी को, मुझे भी आ रहा है. So this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. Now you have to substitute equation 2 in equation 1. So if you do that, so what you will get here is 0.75 PS plus PS is equal to 250 is equal to how much? 250 is equal to 250. So ये क्या हो जाएगा 1 plus 1.75, it will become 1.75 और ये divide हो जाएगा. PS will be equal to 250 divided by 1.75. So what will be the answer? Can you tell me?
142.85.
142.85 kilonewton. Now you substitute this value either here or there. So you can get PC is equal to उसका 0.75 और 250 में से subtract करो. 250 minus 142.85, that comes out to be 107.15 kilonewton. कुछ उसमें शंका है क्या? Any difficulty in understanding in this? I have taken intentionally repeated similar problems. Okay, now let us calculate. Once we have forces, how to calculate stresses? Can you tell me how to calculate stresses? So you will have to divide by area. You will have to divide by area. So first of all, we will calculate stress in steel. What will be stress in steel? Force in steel divided by area of steel. So force in steel is how much? 142.85 into 10 raised to 3 Newton divided by area of steel. Kitna area of steel? 1600. So 1600. So what is the answer? That will be in Newton mm square.
89.28.
89.28 Newton per mm square. What about stress in copper? It will be PC divided by AC is equal to 107.15 into 10 raised to 3 divided by, what is the area of steel? 2000. So answer comes out to be, kitna tha answer?
53.57.
63.
53.
53. 57.
0.57 Newton per mm square. That's it. तो समराइज करें, आप लिखना चालू करो, आपको टाइम चाहिए तो बोलो. हो गया लिख के? So we have around 5 minutes. Let me summarize once again. Let me take, इसमें अच्छा part है कि I have not removed the original slide. Let us come back here. Have you seen? क्या है इसमें? ये केस क्या है कि ये डिप्लेक्ट नहीं होता है. ये जो हमारा इलास्टिक रॉड्स है, they are rigid. I mean rigid in the sense they are not buckling or they are not twisting. They are not rigid rod remains horizontal. ये केस को क्या बोलते हैं हम? यहाँ you can say connected by rigid rod, और उसके आगे थोड़ा आप लिख सकते हो remains horizontal, so there is no chance of kind of tilting, not twisting, tilting. And that's here ये मेरा diagram गलत आया, मगर it remains firm horizontal. In that case, what is the force condition? The sum of all the total force is equal to sum of all the force taken by each of the rod. Okay, whereas displacement is what? Change in length of each of the rod will be equal. क्यों हो जाता है? आपने सोचा क्या? यहाँ पे ये जो रिजिड बार है वो ऐसे नीचे आ जाएगा, है ना? तो ये आप देखोगे ये डेल L1 यहाँ पे है और ये डेल L2 यहाँ पे है, तो देखोगे दोनों का डेल L1 और डेल L2 ये क्या आ रहा है? सेम आ रहा है। डेल L1 और डेल L2 क्या आ रहा है? सेम आ रहा है। इस तरह से ये दूसरा डिस्प्लेसमेंट कंडीशन हो जाता है। और फोर्स कंडीशन क्या है? ये हम जैसे दो पैरों पे खड़े रहते हैं ना, दो पैरों पे, तो क्या होता है हमारा बॉडी वेट कैसे लेता है? ये दो पैर ले रहे, कोई तीसरा आके नहीं ले रहा है, हमारा वो बोझ हमें उठाना पड़ेगा, है ना? तो ये कम ज्यादा लेगा, कम ज्यादा किस पे डिपेंड रहेगा? उसका लेंथ कितना है, मटेरियल कितना है, क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया कितना है, उस पे वो डिपेंड रहेगा। एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज दिस केस। सो maybe next week we will take remaining cases and maybe we'll try to close. So I request you to go back in Ramamurtham's book, take question paper, practice some of the problems. So I will stop my screen sharing and then we'll take a attendance screenshot. Thank you for your time and